I rarely do endorsements, but tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce two of my favorite buddies. These guys have taught me a thing or two about how to be a man in today's contemporary world. Tonight, with Smalltown's 5-step guide to achieving manhood, you're going to be introduced to a program that will revolutionize the way you think about being a man. The great thing about Smalltown's 5-step guide is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter what walk of life you're from. Whether you're male, female, gay, straight, Asian, Caucasian, African, American, South American, and North American too. Adults, children, young and old people, even babies can do this, and I've seen it work with tremendous results. So, strap yourselves in, prepare for the ride of your life, and please, welcome to the stage, Smalltown.
What a crowd, so good to see you all. Okay, I'm Matt. And I'm James. And welcome to Smalltown's 5-step plan to manhood. Okay, we don't have much time to get through this program, so we're going to get straight into it. Step 1. Step 1, realising your ultimate physicality. There are two kinds of men, alpha males and beta trash. Beta trash, thrown to the side immediately. Alpha males, however, respected in society. They have high value. Which one do you guys want to be? I think the choice is obvious. Men want to be them, women want to sleep with them. Now, body language is 99% of communication, so it's very important that at all times you're representing your masculinity with your posture and your dress sense. So we're just going to run you through a few simple things, James, if you want to take off your outer layer of clothing so we can get a better picture of what you've got underneath physically. We're going to show you a few really simple tricks, okay, which they take a couple of minutes to do, but they will change your life, okay? It's approaching physicality in a way that will accentuate your masculinity. All right, so James, just come forward to the front of the stage here, and let's look at what we've got. So let's start with something we call the basic male stance 1. Okay, and feel free to do this if you've got some room there. So we're going to get the legs slightly further apart than the shoulders. Okay, and then we're going to have the knees locked in a bent position and strong in the thighs, coming up to the central core. Now here's the pelvis. We're just going to tilt the pelvis under and then re-engage that core. Follow that energy up the chest, rolling back the shoulders, keep it soft. We store a lot of tension in our shoulders. We need to keep that relaxed, and watch what happens. When you do that, the chest naturally puffs itself out, and you've got a much stronger, more present physique. Try to keep a bit more space between the arms and the body. And now, take that for a walk, James. How's that feel? Feels right. All right, we're going to move quickly on to how you take this into a passive pose, so-called passive pose, like sitting on a chair. So, James, come over and just sit down like you normally would. Whoa! Did we all see that? Okay, so James, stay there, James. James had a great basic male stance 1, and as he came down into sitting, whoa, just look at all that energy he's built up just dissipate. And he's slouching, he's relaxed, but he's not present, he's not engaged, he's not ready. So come up, basic male stance 1. Engage it. That's good. Now you're going to hold this into the sit. So gently lower. Good. And now the trick here is you not actually putting any weight onto the chair. Okay, when you find the chair, just feel that. I like to do a little bounce when I've found it, just to know what my range is. And then when you feel comfortable, find that comfortable place, and you're sitting, but engaged and ready. Ready for what, I hear you ask? Well, I'm a CEO. I'm not actually, but I'm a CEO of a big company. James has a business idea. He's been trying to hook up a meeting with me for months. He's out having lunch. I happen to be walking into the building from my lunch, okay? Now, watch how James can utilize this opportunity when he's sitting ready. Okay, here we go, let's try.
I have a business idea.
Well, you should have a meeting with me. How about 2 p.m. today?
Sounds fantastic.
It sounds simple, because it is. Okay, you can do this in minutes. Anyway, let's move along. Step 2.
Step 2, releasing masculine emotional release. Now, there's a common misconception around crying. Most men only cry once a month, and women cry around 5 times a month. New scientific reports have shown that this is very unhealthy. Men should be crying at least 3 times a day. For proper emotional release. So, it's like the analogy of a beer can shook up in the fridge. You leave it there for too long, one day it's just going to explode, fly everywhere, make a big mess.
So how the heck are we meant to cry 3 times a day? I mean, we're just going to be faking it, right? Well, right. What we're going to do is show you a simple crying meditation, which you can do 3 times a day, 2 to 3 minutes. The more practice you get with this, the quicker you can access your emotional core. What we're doing with this is we're always basic male stance 1 for beginning, and we're going to engage with the crying physically. So we're going to you go through the breath first. So play with the speed of the breath. Don't be afraid to give that a little bit of sound when you feel comfortable. So it's just a physical thing right now. And you might find the first few times you do it, it's just physical. But what you'll find by doing that physical action, you will start to engage your emotional core, and you'll start to open that up and make yourself vulnerable, and you will find that emotion comes out. Okay, let's see what James is doing. Keep going. That's good. Hit that. Elbows. That's good. Loosen me up. More spines. Good. That's it. Go, yeah, let it. Okay, good. All right. It's really important as men that we try to engage with our emotional core. If we don't release it, like James said, it's like a beer can. And what happens is it just builds up in intensity and it becomes a big stress ball that doesn't get released and leads to big problems in the future. Moving on, step 3.
Step 3, let's talk about dads. Let's talk about dads, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and all the bad things dads may bring. Let's talk about dads. Let's talk about dads. Seriously though, let's talk about dads, because this is the most important step. This is the step in the 5-step plan. Okay? We are not going to get any access to the gates of manhood if we cannot find a way to connect, to engage, to understand what it is that we have with our fathers. Some of us have positive relationships, some of us have negative relationships, but I guarantee you everybody has some awkward, embarrassing, difficult thing in between themselves and their father. And so me and James would like to invite a couple of special people up on the stage. Right now, James? I think you know who we're talking about. Dad. Can we get a round of applause for our dads?
Dad. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. Hey, how you going? Dad, it's so good you're doing this with your shoulders together. So while our dads are getting in position, James and I have, and this is an exercise you can do as well, but James and I have gone through this task where we have imagined that our fathers have passed away. And we've gone through a process of dealing with that imaginary grief and dealing with the regret that we feel about the things we didn't tell them. And we put that together. First I just wrote it down. I personally then wanted to put that into a rap. And James has worked on a small poem which became a song. And we put those away for a week or so, and then put a little reminder on our phone, and they came up and it was like, oh, what's this? Oh, that dad thing. Oh, that's right. Dad's not dead, he's alive, and I've got this beautiful thing that I can offer him and connect with him. So I'm going to show you how powerful that can be. I'm going to go first. So good, Dad. Got a few things I need to say about the way you put yourself on the line for me and my family, your family. All the things you did, I didn't know how to show it then. I was just a kid, but we're just boys trying to be men, and you need to know that I love you so. Oh, 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 I love you so. All of the pain, all of the fear, all of the doubt, disappear. Now we're here, and I feel love. 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 I love you, Dad. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for just being here. Alright, now it's my turn, Dad. Dad, I just want to tell you that I know it hasn't always been easy with me, but you've been with me through the thick times and the thin times. So, Dad, I just wrote you this song to tell you how much you mean to me. Oh, Daddy, I love you. Oh, Daddy, I need you. I know you haven't been there all the time, and I'm gonna be there for you. Thanks, boys. Thank you, Dad. All right, let's move straight on to step 4, contemporary rituals for the modern man. Okay, we're going to really move through this now because we're short of time, but really important that in this contemporary age, we find rituals for ourselves as men. And what these are about, we've already explored the physical, the emotional, and now we're going to take that and combine it with the spiritual and the mental. So it's the physical and the emotional and the mental and the spiritual coming together. Alright, so we're just going to take you through a little sequence. It's a combination of poses. We're going to break it down step by step and then show you how it can flow into one thing. So, basic male stance 1. Okay, let's go first into the testos stance.
Testos stance.
So it's simply bring the energy up and out. Now, just do this alone for 2 minutes a day. Statistics show it raises the levels of testosterone in the body.
I feel it rising right now.
And release endorphins, it can help you to feel energized and vital. But we're just going to, with each pose, we want to encourage you to use a chant, which you can make up for yourself. James, I'm a manly person.
I'm a manly person.
I'm a manly person. Keep that going.
I'm a manly person.
Keep going.
I'm a manly person.
How James, he's drawing the energy down from the universe while he draws it up from the earth. Those two energies are coming together.
I'm a manly person.
In his core, and he's charging that all up for the next pose, which is the sharpshooter. Let's go into the sharpshooter, James, with I think your chant.
I'm a super sexual salesman.
Okay, that's good. So you can use this sharpshooter is about knowing your goal, knowing your objective, and hitting your mark. So think of all this energy. Let's keep doing that, James. Go.
I'm a manly person. I'm a super sexual salesman.
Okay, break it down. Go. Go.
I'm a manly person.
Okay, he's drawing that in, and watch this. How this energy now shoots out. Go.
I'm a super sexual salesman.
Okay, and use the words to help you learn your mark. The next pose in the sequence after sharpshooter is you've landed that, you're going to bring that energy in. This is the fisherman's basket. And let's do, I hold the power of masculinity.
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 Okay, let's do those together. Go.
I'm a manly person. I'm a super sexual salesman. I hold the power of masculinity.
Okay, you can do that by yourself, but it's even better if you've got someone to do it with, and they can be your target, your object. Okay, James is going to do it on me.
I'm a manly person.
Okay, I'm across the room from him at a function. He's got my attention.
I'm a manly person. I'm a super sexual salesman.
Straight into my heart. I can't deny that, and I can't do anything. It has me up here. Okay? And I don't want to, but if I did want to leave or someone's going to distract me, he has me. Fisherman's basket.
I hold the power of masculinity.
He draws me into his power zone.
G'day.
Okay. So we're just getting into the tip of the iceberg here, folks, but we're just going to run it ahead. Step 5. We're just going to bring it down a bit to, I don't know, James, sometimes people ask me, do I have to do all 5 steps? And I think you do, but I think what they're asking is, what do you think is the most important step? And for me, definitely, meditation is probably the most important part of my practice. I don't know about you.
I know it is for me. I practice Qigong on a daily basis.
So just to wrap up, we're going to take you through, there's so many different kinds of meditations you can do. People, you probably try some, there's mantra-based meditations. We're going to lead a visualization. And so just close your eyes, and soften the shoulders, take some deep breaths just to steady yourself, relax. It's okay now to sink into that relaxed state. That's okay now. So that's where we're going. And really important in this type of work just to keep open to the voice, to the words, and where they take you. So, okay. I want you to imagine that you're waking up from a deep sleep. And your eyes are still closed, but beginning to become aware of your physical self. You can feel that sort of soft, wet, mossy sort of grass, a carpet of grass underneath you. It's warm and you open your eyes. You're aware that you are naked, alone, in this grass clearing, and it's night time. It's warm, summer's night, the moon's out, beautiful night. Feel the breeze wisp across the small of your back, and you slowly come up to standing, and you can see that this clearing is surrounded by the woods. And you feel completely safe in this space. You are alone, you're naked, but you feel no sense of shame or worrying that someone might see you. You feel at home in this wild place. There's something within you, a curiosity, an instinctual need to move, comes from your centre, and you take those first steps and you begin to walk towards the forest. As you pass through those first trees, you just gently brush against the beautiful smooth trunk of a great gum tree. And you stop. The sensation of that touch surprises you. It's just a gentle arousal that you don't judge. You just let it happen. So it's really important that you keep breathing, it opens the voice. If you find yourself wandering off, just bring it back to the breath. And you stop at this tree and you're compelled to turn slowly to the tree, and you stand there in that beautiful night and feel the energy between you and the tree. It's a charged space. And you don't think much of it, but you notice that you have an erection. But it's not a big deal, you don't really think about it. It's just you and the tree. And gently you move close to the tree, and there's a small spot where a branch has been snapped off or something. And you gently enter the tree. But you just take that in. It's a very powerful charge. You just stand there with the tree. You barely move once you're there. You just take it and breathe, and before you know it, you will overcome the most intense, full body orgasm you have ever experienced. Okay, so open your eyes, take some time to bring yourself back into the room slowly, get your eyes adjusting, and hey, well done, that's it. Just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more where